what is up, dudes? I hope things are working. Oh, okay. Oh, I need my headphones. One second, dudes. Are we good? Are we actually live? Are we doing some stuff now? Is that what's going on here? Do I look weird? I look weird. Good stuff. We're gonna jump into things. All right. Yes? No? Maybe? Why do I feel like something is very wrong? No, we're good. Okay, let me grab something first. Microphone. I got a microphone. All right. So here's the dealio. Here is the dealio. I'm waiting in an HDMI cable. Therefore, I got this fun thing hanging off my back. And I don't know where to put my transmitter. But you know what? It's going to work for now. So we're just going to roll with it. So, I say, let's get started. Right? GoPro. Oh, good deal. So how does it work? Does it work? It works? Okay, we are good. This is going to be a bit of a pain for me, but it's going to be a hell of a stream for you. And that's the idea. You know, I don't know. Sorry. There, now it should be good. What's up, dudes? We're just going to jump right into it. We got some work to do. We're going to be doing 20% around this Malibu. This is one of my all-time favorites to get right now. When you get a Malibu, it's a good day. A car a day keeps the bills away. It's called Glassade. Hang on, I'm gonna try a shameless plug here. You can find it at My Tint Stuff. Ugh, didn't work. Oh wait, no, I gotta click on this. Sorry. My Tint Stuff. Oh my god, it worked! What is the difference between the Blue Max and so on? There's a lot. Most of it has to do with hardness, but the Blue Max is I believe it's called an extruded squeegee. It's a little bit more slick, but that depends on the material it's made out of. But I'm pretty sure the Blue Max is an extruded, and the other, the flat out isn't. Like the flat out and the orange crush. Flat out's a hard one. I really like it. I was dealing with some little scratches here and there So I ended up moving back to the Orange Crush for a little bit, and then the Orange Crush started leaving streaks behind, like little rubber streaks. So then we started using the Clear Crush, which is very soft, but it's very slick too. So right now I'm using the Clear Crush. Uh-oh. What's up? Yeah, it's all the way back there, actually. Yeah, all the way in the corner. Can you show? Sorry, guys. Sorry, I don't wanna be nice. Can you use to prep and install? Yeah, I use it for both. I use it for prep and installs. Yeah, I know, I'm a weirdo with a camera in my head. You got the squeegees off your website? Yeah, those are not the Fusion ones. Those are just kind of like some basic ones. I should work on getting some better ones, honestly. Because a lot of the tools that I had there is like a mix of things that I had for like the old certified tinter project. And yeah, from there, I've slowly been adding to it. Like we had the Canon. Like we had the, what did we have? We had, sorry, I'm letting that go by. We had some basic tools, and then we've slowly been adding, oh yeah, the Glass Aid products and then some other things. So it's kind of been like working its way up in the world. So it's been pretty cool. How come you don't double cut? I do. What? I do double cut. Have you not watched the streams? I've used a scrub pad. Sorry. What do you use to prep inside of the glass? I use scrub pad and clay bar for years, but wanted something different. Have you tried the clay sponges? Clay sponges, I'm sure, would be great too. I like the clay bars because they're white and you can see them. But I'm sure a clay sponge would work pretty well. All right. Ugh, I was running behind today. GoPro. I was running very, very behind today. Not very, very behind, but behind enough. My alarm went off at like 7:30, and then I woke up at 8:40. And I had to be here at 9, and I was like, ah! So I had to rush out the door. I had a full 300 that I did this morning, and now we have this Malibu. But we're going to be double cutting. What state? I'm in Michigan. Detroit-ish area. Let's make sure. Let's make sure this is 20. I believe it is. Is your film the same price as getting it direct from Geo? Yep. Yep. Same service, same shipping. Oh, it says it. I didn't even have to do it. It just says it right there. Oh, that's so convenient. Do you carry all the shades? Yep, I carry all the shades, all the SKUs. Whatever they have is what I have. Do you recommend 36s or 40s? I like 36s. for the most part. There is some issues with 36s in like some of the carbon and ceramic right now. So the problem is when they order their runs of film, they have to basically estimate how much to order and what SKUs, and they have just been blown away. And they're really working hard on logistics right now. He's saying film is just flying out the door. So there's certain SKUs that are going to be a little bit hard to come by. So it should be fine. They're on a 72-inch platform for the Pro Classic. And for the Carbon, I think they're still on a 60. And then maybe the same for the Pro Nano as well. So they'll sometimes just order straight 40s too. So check if you can get 36s, but sometimes on some of the higher SKUs you have to get 40s. Was that a super chat? There was super chat. Am I missing a super chat? I'm sorry, you guys. I'm a little scatterbrained today. I had so many phone calls this morning. I have appointments on today, Wednesday, Thursday's a personal day, Saturday, and then next Monday. It's just been like piling up out of the blue really fast. Boom, boom. So I'm trying to kind of keep up with it all. And then like I have personal stuff too. So I have like scheduled personal appointments. We got a baby appointment on Thursday as well. Oh my gosh. Burns, you ready for this? You see what I do? Burns! Malibu. What's up, Burns? Thank you so much for the 20. Guys, if you have GeoShield questions, hit Burns up if he hangs out here. Thanks, man. Got tint installed last week on a car, and the guy broke my door handle. Ooh, how did they break a door handle? I'm sorry to hear that. I don't think I've ever broken a door handle. Not that I can recall. So, how do you use your finger to cut the sides? Oh, my edges aren't always straight, especially when they're longer. A lot of it's practice. Putting a little extra pressure sometimes too will keep that blade, like keep a low angle, keep the blade a little firm on the glass, and then you kind of like compensate for your natural like hand wiggles if you can. So I'll use a straight edge too from time to time. I'll try and take a tool, but then sometimes I'll like cut into that tool a little bit, so it's not always perfect. I don't know, my top edges have been kind of funky sometimes lately. Couldn't even tell you why. But every once in a while, I'll like run into this thing where it's like an issue that I never had before. All of a sudden I'll have this weirdo issue where like my edges aren't straight, or I'll put a little crease in the same spot, or I'll start locking myself out of the car. It's just, I can't even explain how it happens, but it does. So now, I don't know how I like this. So one thing I did was we broke our HDMI cable last stream. So I have another short one on order. But right now I have a 6-foot cable, and I put my HDMI streamer in my tool belt. So I got the cable running off my back. I don't necessarily like that. It's a little bit funky. But it's nice to not have that extra HDMI thing on my head. But so I could run a cable somewhere. I just don't know where to put the module. I used to have to do something similar with like a wired mic. Like a lav mic, you like put really close on your chest, and then the wire kind of is obnoxious, so I'd put like the pack in my pocket, but I hate wiring myself up like that. So I feel the same with this. I don't know. I don't have any good ideas yet. Because like as obnoxious as the whole big headset is, I can at least take it off and then just be done with it really quick and then pop it back on. But if I gotta run a wire, it's just more stuff I gotta manage. Tint streaming problems, am I right? But everything fired up, started working really quickly, so there's that. Are you still working at the glass company? Yes, I'm still covering for them. I'm definitely gonna have to change that. But I feel bad. So I guess I gotta find a replacement for myself. Because they have a good program there, and they pay well. So maybe I can put it out there in the group. It's just like things started to change. You know, it was slower, obviously, and then, you know, when it gets busy, sometimes it gets like super busy. It's kind of what's happened. So it's put me in this interesting position where now those Tuesdays and Fridays, where before it wasn't that big of a deal to go out there and just kind of spend the day tinting for them, I didn't have, you know, I could wiggle appointments here for like Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Now those days are becoming all of a sudden like super important. So I have like, shoot, I got orders to fill, extra appointments, phone calls, that type of stuff. Like things are getting busy. And then I spent that Sunday doing that car too. So it's like more time. I'm running out of time. So I think I'm at the point where I have to basically replace myself there. So they wouldn't mind as long as they have a good tinner. I don't want to just leave them high and dry into the busy season either, but so try and find somebody that's competent that just wants to take it over and is going to do a good job. That's all I care about. Two days a week, they would absolutely book more. They just, you know, they're pretty comfortable with Tuesdays and Fridays right now. Reason being is that's just the way the schedule's been, and sometimes it'll slow down, and when it slows down, it's like they'll try and fill you up, but, you know, they can't always keep your day busy, you know, 3, 4, 5 days a week. So that's why it's usually on 2. They have a very, very good program. But that's kind of how this business is. It's not busy, and then all of a sudden it gets crazy busy. And then you're like, like this morning, I couldn't believe it. It was just phone call after phone call after phone call after phone call. And now, completely silent right now, I think. Unless I'm missing stuff. Tint School Online totally preys on your views. Oh, yeah, from the ads? Oh, that's fine. I've talked to them. I mean, it's smart marketing. Like, that's what Google does. Like, they just make it available, so why wouldn't you take advantage of it? I've talked to him. He's a cool dude. I like what he's got going on. All right, what am I trying to do? Do I want to turn on Bluetooth? If I turn on Bluetooth, all right, we should be okay. GoPro. What's the white tape for? It's to protect the glass from when I cut on it on the back window. It helps with seeing that cutout, but it also helps protect as well. Come on. Come on. There we go. There we go. Is Patrick live? Oh, I didn't even know. I would have sent people over there. I was annoyed. I saw after the fact that he was live after I stopped streaming, and I was like, oh, I would have tried to send people over there. Yesterday's stream, as some of you know, was definitely a bit of a not so smooth experience. It wasn't like the tint job went pretty well. Like, it turned out great. It's just getting there. We ran into some hiccups along the way, but that's sometimes what happens. Not everything is going to be a quick hour and a half car. You never know what problems we're going to run into. But the more problems that we figure out, I mean, it's statistics, right? Eventually we'll run out of problems to have. Or we'll know what those problems are, and we'll know how to take care of them. Right? Right? Sure. This one's thinner. So this was like the new one that we opened up on stream sometime recently. And I swear, it's like a little thinner, which is actually helpful. Because you just need a real thin piece of plastic. You don't need it to be thick. Just tacky. Shrink wrap I don't think would stick, though. So I've seen like a few things. Like, they actually even make a sticky plastic. I mean, they make a sticky plastic for like covering panels and stuff. For like body work and whatnot. Like, it'll stick to the paint really well. On the interior, though, it's kind of like hit or miss. Okay, we need a clay bar. I like this. I need to widen my space, I've realized. I need to push this farther over that way. I like having this extra space. Dirty, dirty, dirty. Oh, I got the things to make coffee here now. There's like a bunch of stuff that I have to do. I ran out the door this morning, and I didn't have coffee, but I had the stuff to make it. So I made coffee here this morning, which is great. But I think I have to bring my Keurig over here too. Just in case, like, Keurig is like good enough to like get you by. If you have the right pod. But nothing so far for me beats that French press. Any French press. If you like, well, you don't even have to make it strong, but if you like making stronger coffee, that's a good way to do it. I was pretty happy with how quick I got this started up, though. Having a problem rolling film onto windows, they telescope. Yeah, you need to grip it a little harder if you can. Also, you can rest it against like your leg as you unroll it. Like you'll support it from the bottom. So that's not the case with every roll of film. Some brands have a little static to it. Some have a lot, and some have like next to nothing. So I know what you mean. I've had that. Like honestly, the C2 carbon, that shit, that shit's heavy, and that shit'll run on you if you're not careful. Brand new roll sometimes can be hard to manage. The Pro Classic is a little bit easier. So what I'll do is when I'm unrolling it, you like grip it really hard, and you can also hold it from like the bottom here, and then you kind of just like rest it against like your stomach or something. You can unroll it that way too. Another way is actually you don't even need to take it out of the box. If you want to, you can just leave them on shelves and measure, and then just pull them straight out of the box, and then cut off exactly what you need. The only reason I don't is a lot of what I do comes from like running around. So I didn't have shelves, I didn't have glass boards. Everything was on the car, and it didn't matter where I was as long as like wind was down to like a minimum and I was inside. Those two things. And everything else can change. The car always stays the same. So mobile cart, leave it near the car, and like just imagine everything, all the background's always changing, but the job, the process, the car, that all stays the same. I think I have to get this over a little bit. There's this little spot right there that is sticking. There we go. That's what we want to see. A lot of auto garages have literally no space. No space to work at all. They basically could fit in the car, and they have products dangling on the sidewalls and shelves and stuff like that, and then it's just like they got fuck all kinds of junk in there too. Why am I getting that question so much? Maybe it's the time of year. Have I had experience installing tint on tint? Yeah, and I've had to talk about it a few times lately. The only problem is just warranty. So you can absolutely do it, and you should be perfectly fine as long as the underlying film is good. So as long as that's all good, then you should be fine. But the reason why you wouldn't want to attach a warranty to it is you can't be held responsible for the film underneath it. And if, you know, it's not like your layer's gonna peel off and everything's gonna be fine. So if you're doing it on your own car, just go ahead and do it. It's fine. Don't scrape it though. Don't use a razor blade. That's just an obvious no-no. Everybody wants it because the windows everybody wants it because they don't want to see out of their windows and because of global warming. I like the global warming thing put in there. Like, because of global warming. We should just have the most obscure reasons for stuff. Global warming. Therefore, I want my windows to be... I don't want to see the global warming disaster that's about to happen. Don't want to see it. Sometimes I'm really glad I turn on the stream. Yeah, I was surprised. I asked people to post 5% in my group before, and I was just surprised with the sheer number of people that were like, I got double 5 on my sides and 5 on my windshield. I'm like, what the fuck are you guys doing? You bunch of crazy people, but love ya. I tried myself, but got a few bubbles at the bottom. Some tips. Redo and keep practicing. Getting mistakes in your initial installs is just part of learning. You could get, like, it's kind of a broad question. You could get bubbles for, like, any number of reasons. It's just keep the window wet, squeegee everything smooth, make sure you shrunk it flat to the glass, and you should be good. Everything else is just improper technique. How do I still get fingers? You're not shrinking enough. How did you come up with your name? Okay, so this actually, I thought about this a lot. So part of the name is really because of the channel. So Tint Studio, I just like the idea of, like, you know, putting a studio name after instead of, like, you know, there's tint shops. It's like, this is a little bit different. So it kind of, it's a way of having the at least implication that there's something a little bit more going on here than just like a window tint shop. Whether or not that actually comes across is another thing, but I liked it. And then we added Detroit to it because I do a lot of videos, and it was, one, it's a good search term, and two, it helps kind of identify the area that I'm in. So if people actually come across the channel first, they kind of know that it's like, oh, he's in Michigan in the Detroit area. That's cool. Where if I'm just like Joe's Tint Shop, it's like, you know that I'm a tint shop, but you know that my name is Joe, and then it's just like you don't know anything else. So it helps with a few things. Just like, if you want to be very searchable, have very broad terms, but be a little bit self-identifying in the area that you are early on, or it's going to be a little tougher for you to kind of get your name out there if you just go for like a cool name. Like, because my last name is Blackmer, so first name is Matt. I could have done this Matt Black type of thing. And it's like, oh, that would be cool. But that doesn't really tell you where I am. So yeah, we opted for that. Do you really need a heat gun? You don't really need one unless you're using a torch. But yes, you need to shrink the film. I think we got a lot of people that are now interested in tinting their own cars right now. I think that's what's going on. It's just that time of year. So there's, I get lots of questions. I'm seeing a lot more now that it's like, can you use a hairdryer? Can you use this? It's like people are trying to figure out the least expensive way to tint their car. And I don't blame you, but there's a few things that you have to do that you just can't sneak out of. If you don't have a shop, how do you tint outside? It's not easy, and I don't recommend it. You don't need a shop. There's a lot of different things that you can do. Mainly two. So a lot of things is actually just two main things. First, you have to schedule appointments at somebody else's property. So all the appointments that you take are pretty much going to have to be in their garage. So when you take a call, hey, yeah, absolutely. Do you have a garage that I can tint in? So that's option number one. Number two is my more preferred one, and that's go find a company that is looking to add window tinting to their services. So if, like, you know, like I have an account with a local glass shop. They fill up my schedule on Tuesdays and Fridays. I come in, I tint all the cars. They bring in all the appointments, they handle all the customers, they handle all the payments, and they write me a check at the end of the day. That's it. That's the whole thing there. And it's great. GoPro. Did we lose the GoPro? So, GoPro died. No. I think it goes to like the one blacked out camera right now. Sorry about that. So, yeah, there's just a handful of ways that you can do it. What's the tool for tucking? Post link, please. That is called the shank, and you can find it at My Tint Stuff. Did it pop up? Oh shit, it did. Link just got posted in chat. You can also find it at Tint Depot. Oh wait, hang on. Let me say Tint Depot. That one should pop up too as well. I'm working on adding all the links to like individual tools and stuff, but that's what it is, and that's where you can find it. Yeah, we did that with Carpet Shield. That's what caused me to do this shit, because I was getting nonstop questions about Carpet Shield. So there it is. But it inadvertently turned into something very helpful, so. Works for me. You guys know what I'm using. I gotta go through and redo my descriptions. Tint Depot, actually, like that link to go to Tint Depot. Did it work? Oh, shit. Hang on. Let me see if it worked. Tint Depot. Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay, so the tint stuff link to Tint Depot, that is an actual page of recommendations. They put that together for me. It's super cool. So if you want to see like the majority of stuff that I use, it's that right there. Your technology skills. Thanks. That is my favorite thing, is figuring out little systems like that and just having fun with it all. I'm not a programmer. I find like existing programs, and then I try and figure out how to like mishmash them all together into one crazy cluster of a thing. But when it all works, it works really well. Just every once in a while we run into some major problems. Bing, 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 bing. When you tint your windows, is there a limit to when you should roll them down? Generally, yeah. So leave it up to what the shop is going to tell you. It's going to be anywhere from like a day to up to a week. And summertime is always quick dry out. In the wintertime, if you're in a state that freezes over, give it like 4 or 5 days and up to a week. Anything past that, to me, is like a major inconvenience. Like if you still see a little pool of water in a window, that to me after a week is like not something that should exist and drive you crazy. So I would, whatever the issue is, past a week, I would take care of. But summertime, it's like you get your shit tinted by tomorrow, it should be dry. You guys don't like that, dang? I actually left it on especially for you guys. You guys don't like that, dang? I like it. Ding, ding, ding. Especially the Ford ones. The boo-boo-boo. Boo-boo-boo. Is there a way to tint a window that won't roll down? Not with any great results on average. You can, but the problem is this seal that presses all the way around the window. Some of them are more forgiving than others, and a lot of dirt will sit up there. So you can try it, and you can get a halfway decent result, but there's usually going to be dirt. So I've done it a fair amount of times, and I'm never happy with the result I get. But some people, they just don't care. They're just like, yeah, that's fine. I'll live with it. I don't want to spend the money to get it fixed. I just want tint. I just want the privacy. It's like, yeah, no problem. Got you. I'll always figure that out after the fact. So I'm like, got my patterns mostly cut, go to that window, and then it just won't roll down. Or if you use a plotter system, then you like have all the patterns cut, you'll like run to that window, and the next thing you know, it just won't work. I do stream on Twitch, but nobody watches on Twitch. I don't do anything to promote the Twitch either. YouTube's where most things happen. And then second is actually my own Facebook group. If YouTube had community pages, like Facebook has groups, I mean community as in like an actual group discussion board page, that would be killer. But for whatever reason, YouTube doesn't do that. After 39 years, you don't hear door chimes? Yep. That's really it. You just become numb to it. It's just like, it's going on, but you're just kind of like, you're in your zone. Put on some headphones, and I understand, like, I got the noise canceling headphones in this situation. So. Website was out of stock? What was the website out of stock on? Shit, I missed that. Hang on, I'll try and check that message and let you know. Been watching on FB, it's boring there. They're slow, they don't comment very much, but it's like, the group is very helpful. Lots of, like, you can just ask whatever question about tint that you want, and you'll have a bunch of responses pretty quickly. But yeah, it's a little slow. YouTube seems like, YouTube's the hangout place. It's like, and it's weird too, right? You would think that you might have a fair amount of people on YouTube, some on Twitch, some on Facebook, and like they're all kind of like in their own community. But it seems like most people funnel from all those places to one source, and that's like where everybody is hanging out. Even though it's all digital, even though all the chat still works across the board, it's a little bit, I don't know, it's just kind of interesting how it all works. Can you tint a sunroof? Yeah, absolutely. Sunroofs can be a bit of a pain sometimes. I was gonna see if this one has it. If they have that dot matrix border, and give you a little bit of room, then they're fine. Some of them just do like tight plastic framings, and those can be a big pain in the ass. But you can absolutely tint it however you want. Most people don't, though. They're always going to be factory tinted, though. They're always 20%, or at least in that range. Isn't it bad for the electricals? No, because I use special water. No, I'm kidding. So there's drain holes. This is kind of an interesting thing. When your doors are closed and it's raining, this isn't a perfect seal. This is all dripping down to the bottom of the door and kind of feeding down to the bottom. So this inside panel, a lot of the time, it's just going down this plastic membrane on the inside of the window. So there's some stuff there that separates the electronics. So you cover up the door panel or keep the door panel mostly wiped off. All drips down out the drain holes at the bottom. So it's not to say that every single car you can never have a problem. There are some that are just set up in a particular way where water can trail to the electrical component. It's very rare that it actually happens, though. So there's nothing that's going to be like, you know, if everything was working when it gets tinted, you're going to be completely fine down the road. It's not like you're going to have a random issue pop up on you. Yeah, we get lucky. We get lucky. But I've been unlucky before. I learned the hard way on a it was a Durango. They have a module inside the door, and the speaker wire, the water would actually catch a ride on the speaker wire and go right down to this module that like interacted with a bunch of shit. That was no fun. We had to pull apart the door panel, take it out, and so I should probably become more proficient in taking apart door panels for stuff like that, but you know. The vast majority of things are perfectly fine. We're making pretty good time, aren't we? Is that when everything goes haywire? Is that when it all goes horrible? See, now it's quiet. Did I drive everybody away with the dinging? Perfect. You had mine tinted in less than an hour, so I'm not surprised. Or somebody did? Nice. That is, I aim for quality with some speed. We don't always hit the speed mark, though, on here. Sometimes we get very distracted. You know, we pop in balloons and shit sometimes. But I've had pretty much everybody wait lately, so there's like a little bit more urgency to like just kind of keep things moving along. Oh yeah, the Cherokee with the brow strip. I remember that. That was also a quicker job too because of that. Thank you for bringing that in. I'm glad you liked it. want to do one of those. Tundra or a 4Runner? So, yes, you're right. It would be helpful for somebody that hasn't done it. I hardly ever get Toyotas here. I had a Camry, but like for whatever reason, we got the big three around here, so that's most of them. I just don't see that many Toyotas. Thank you so much, T-Jet, for the 5. How you doing, buddy? But yeah, that's so. If I get one lined up for like a stream time, then yeah, we'll absolutely do it. I just don't hardly get them. But then that message is probably gonna make one of them call me. Like all of a sudden out of the blue, it's gonna be like, yeah, I got a Tundra, and then my wife has a 4Runner. It's like, oh, thanks. That's probably how that would work. Toyotas don't care about privacy. It's just a car, point A, point B. Huh. You know, that's something I never thought about before. That definitely wouldn't be true with all of them. But I could see how, you know, there's certain types of car owners or brand people that get certain types of cars tend to do the same type of things. So that might be why I don't get a lot of Hondas, I don't get a lot of Toyotas, I get like more Subarus, but those are still occasional. And then in our area too, it's like you got the big three here. So you have like a ton of domestic vehicles, and then you get a mix and match of like Audis, BMWs, Mercedes. And that's kind of what it whittles down to. Like here we got a Malibu. We did a Durango windshield the other day. Just look through like the recent streaming stuff. The Toyota and Hondas, the side seals are actually really easy. Where they kind of make up for the easiness, though, is some of them will do the stupid gasket quarter windows. But yeah, we have a lot of domestics, yeah, because of the big three, 100%. I mean, this is the Motor City. We got motors in this city, man. All right. How are we doing on time? I should be doing really well on time now. 2:55. Ooh, I'm tinting a Honda Pilot right now with those front quarters. Dude, I had a low-key panic attack, scheduling panic attack when they said they had a Honda Pilot or something scheduled the other day, and I was like, oh no, those quarter windows. I made them aware of that situation. Not the customer, because it turned out to be like an old one. So it was like for no reason, but I was like, they're like the last one of the day. They're like, yeah, you got 2 doors at like 4 o'clock. I was like, okay, cool. I'm like, what is it? They're like, I think it's a Honda Pilot. And I'm like, fuck. And they're like, what? It's just 2 doors. I'm like, yeah, it should be just 2 doors. I'm sorry. But the ridge lines, yeah, Nissan does the same thing with those. 8 Mile Tint Studio. I actually grew up on off of 9 Mile, but well out of Detroit. But I was a church that I went to. It was right on 9 Mile, but again, well out of Detroit. That's a very long road. It was funny to see it in like a movie title. It was so normal to me though. It's just like, oh yeah, 8 Mile. I know where that is. But for people that don't live in the Michigan, Detroit area, those mile roads, they go up pretty far. So one, they're really long roads, and then two, it's like I think the first one is like 5-mile road, and it goes all the way up past like 20 something. Like the glass shop is off a 23 mile. Just fun little random road movie fact for you. You know, maybe I need to get the big HDMI transmitter off my head. Maybe it's too much. I forgot what it was like to just have a lightweight GoPro. Gotta get cable management down. I don't know what to do with it yet. Michigan loves their miles. Apparently. Any tips on the Honda Pilot quarter window? I don't. I saw somebody, I think, post a video in the group that they used a tool to help pry back the gasket, and that helped a lot with freeing up some space. Like they would pull on the rubber part of the gasket, but I don't have any good info. Check out the Facebook group and see if there's any posts, or feel free to ask there. So there's like, I know Patrick's got a video. I'm looking for my light. Where's my light? Patrick's got a video that he's taken them apart completely, and it is a big chore to take that thing apart. I would charge extra for something like that. But that kind of falls in line with like the VW Golf windows. Removing the gasket is easy. It's not with all the extra stuff that has to be taken off. I mean, it might be easy if you're used to taking stuff apart, but I've seen this, like, people tell me the same thing with, like, the Civic hatches. They're like, it's easy, I have it apart in 15 minutes. It's like, well, look at the amount of shit that you had to take off. Ooh, that was almost really bad. I think we peeled a little bit of liner. Hopefully we didn't rip the film. Oh, just the liner. Look at that. Ooh, that would have been nasty. Somehow, just the liner. No tears in the film. What now? What do you do with the extra tint that you cut off? Oh, hang on. Sweet Jesus. This is getting real bad. 1, I need a haircut. 2, Canon. My computer's being sarcastic. 2, see this? God damn it. No, I did it again. Okay, I'm just trying to organize this. So I've got this cable. This runs down the back to the HDMI transmitter right now. So I'm just trying to make do with that. Can I get samples of your tools? No. They're not very expensive. I mean, I guess the squeegee is expensive, but it's worth it. All right, there. Now I feel a little bit better. That's more comfy. We still got to take care of all of this, but you guys don't see that. I needed a little bit of coffee. We're doing really good on time, actually. This is nice. Okay, let's, where are we at? Sorry, 1 second. I will get to installing this in just 1 second. I just want to double check where we're at on everything, because I have, like, booking my appointments, though, has become really easy and really nice. So I'm very happy with that. That was something that took up a lot of extra time right in the middle of a car, that it was just really difficult to handle. Oh, yeah, I went to see what's GameStop's doing. What's GameStop doing today? 190. Oh, dang. Tomorrow's going to be the Christmas day for GameStop. All right, let's go. You should rock a man bun? I don't think so. My wife just told me, she's like, you should probably get a haircut at this point. I was like, okay. Okay, so what am I doing with the film at the bottom? I will either A, throw it out, yes, or B, save it for the quarter windows right here. So let's just throw that on the ground. 36 works really well on most back windows. Gives you enough to just do one of these guys right here. It was a joke? Yeah, but all the jokes sound like Microsoft Sam, so... Sarcasm is so dry when you have to hear it from a text-to-speech robot. I forget to mention that. Some of you guys haven't heard it. Some of you guys have. I wish there was like... There's this one voice that everybody uses on Twitch, and there's no way that I've figured out to get it to just work as a Windows speech thingy that works with this program. If you're looking for an installer, I'm willing to apply. Maybe eventually. Not yet. It's got to be, you got to live in this area though too. I can't do any internationals if that's the case. There's so much that's involved. I don't even know where to begin with that. I don't know, a couple weeks ago I would have said I don't need help. Now on the other hand, it's like, when do I actually have to hire somebody, and what type of person do I have to hire? It's like right on that point again. Okay. Oh shit! I keep forgetting. I need this guy, and then I need this guy. That's what we need. Ooh, I'm glad you asked. What type of tape do you use? It's called Glass Aid, and you can find it at mytintstuff.com. Link in the description. No, link in the comments. Link in the comments. Also, Tint Depot. But yeah, it's my own little creation. I have a video on the channel about it now. It's white so you can help see where you're cutting, but the main purpose is it's thick. So when you cut on it, you're not scoring the glass. We don't want to score. Oh, dang it. I gotta get out of the car again. Oh, it's these. Do I even want to take these out? I don't even think I want to take them out. That's like tinter laziness right there. If you don't feel like taking out the headrests, you don't always need to. It makes it a little more difficult, but like, if you're just like, it's the ones with the button, and these ones don't really get in the way. It would help a little, slightly to get them out, but this isn't that tough of a backlash. So, I don't know. I think we're just gonna leave it. If it was just like flipping the latches, fine. But then I gotta like hit the little pick thingy. Oh no. That cable. I tell you, that was what I was worried about. That'd be really bad if I hooked that cable on my foot. Let's not do that. So we got some little puppo hairs back here. That's okay. Little puppos. We're not dragging the film along the deck lid, so when you have little hairs on the deck lid, you don't really have to worry about it. Because, again, you're not dragging it along the deck lid. Plus, you could just throw a towel over it too, anyways, if you really wanted to be extra safe. Or you could take a heat gun and just kind of bring them down a little bit, shrink them. Just shrink them, not burn them. Shrink them. So we do have a stream, another stream on Wednesday. We're either gonna do a 9 a.m. or we're gonna do another 12 o'clock. So, but it is for sure. We'll have one on Wednesday, and then we'll also have one on Saturday. So not a bad week. And then I'm guessing Monday. And then probably Wednesday. But we're doing good. We're finally doing good. We're a big boy business now. I'm a big boy. Sorry, I have a 4-month-old. Alrighty. Well, that went well. Easy peasy. You just gotta do like the Death Star trench run shit and just like whoosh. Millennium Falcon that shit. We should call it that. We should call it the Millennium Falcon. Big old pancake. Am I crazy? Okay, yeah, probably. Holy shit. I totally get that. My OCD won't let me skip videos, so I start at the beginning and I keep going through. God damn. So I was doing that with this one streamer on Twitch. But what was really upsetting was Twitch deletes VODs after 60 days and he wasn't archiving anything. So I didn't even notice till later. I was like, wait, shit, some of these are gone. So I had to start watching them faster before they disappeared. And then as far as the OCD part about streams, here's the thing. Like there was one streamer that I was watching, the same streamer. But if I catch a live stream and it's something I really want to watch, I'll watch it all the way through. But if I catch it in the middle of it, do I wait for the broadcast on Twitch to stop and then watch the whole thing? That's kind of where I've been. So I've actually sometimes don't watch it live just because I don't need to comment on it. I just like the info. So then I'll end up watching the full thing later. But I like to watch it all in one go if I can, instead of just like catching little pieces of it here and there while it's live. The struggle is real. The struggle is real. All right, just a little quarter. How much do you think you make in a week? It's hard to say. It's very seasonal, and it's changed a lot. So when I was just tinting, like from shop to shop, like okay, here's a good example. The glass shop that I tint at, when I was doing mobile, when I was working for a mobile company, when I was tinting throughout the week, I generally would bring home in the busy season, like anywhere from 2,200 to $3,000 was pretty average to bring home in a week. And then going direct with the glass shop, I will do, checks are usually anywhere from, on a slower week, it'll be about 800. On a busier week, it'll be about 1,400. Somewhere like 12 to 1,400. So that's for the 2 days. So like you could make some really good money tinting. And then when you open up a shop though, you got so much more in expenses that you have to figure out. So like the two cars that I'm doing today, it's like both of them adds up to like roughly like $500 between the two of them. But then you have shop overhead, I have rent, I have utilities, I've got a fucking $250 a month internet bill. So it's like there's a whole bunch of stuff that's in there. So it's kind of tough to say as like a shop owner. But as like just a tinner, you can find some really good spots. That's why I really like the idea of kind of partnering up with a pretty decent company. Super chat. Super chat. So that's there were times that I was only making like $36,000 a year as a tinner. Worked my way up. Canon. Lewis with the 5. Thanks for the help on the tape. Oh, thank you for the 5. You're welcome. I hope it helps, man. Really appreciate that. GoPro. But yeah, different costs, different expenses, lots of things to keep in mind. But I was also paying for the film too, so you got to take film costs out of there, which really isn't bad. I used to. So like I used to only make 36 a year. That was um that was early on starting out. I was paid more like hourly, and then worked up to day rate, stuff like that. So you can it depends on your situation. So like this was my dad's shop earlier on. They had an existing tinter, and then he quit, and then he brought somebody in to train me, and then he was paying me on top of paying the trainer, on top of just getting appointments and all that. Like, so it's like there was a lot of costs involved, and I didn't know if I was going to be tinting. I just knew that it made decent amount of money, and you kind of wait for like the whole year to play out and figure things out. And I was also a detailer at the time, detailer, electronics installer, like that type of stuff. It's not 36 anymore. I'm wanting to open my own. So that's my thing. I'm waiting to open a shop, but I currently work at a shop. I do a few side jobs a week. I'm basically scared to pull the trigger on it. So you're definitely like, okay. So I never jump into things just like, let's go. I rarely ever do that. I always have like 1 foot in one door, 1 foot in another door, and then I'll gradually take that leap. So what you got to do is see how well you can fill up that time, and then work your way into trying to fill up more time. So if you're working at a shop, see if you can try and take an extra day off a week and then fill up that schedule. And then just gradually start working out of it into another one if you can possibly do that. Baby steps, definitely. So you don't necessarily, in some situations, you don't necessarily just have to take that jump, and try and keep everything as low cost as you can too. So if you say you're doing side jobs, if you're doing them at home, that's one way to keep costs low. If you go independent, you don't necessarily just have to jump into a shop. I think shop experience, it's people can go direct to people now. Shop is kind of the middleman. So as a shop, you have extra overhead, and you need to figure out how to make all that work for you as a business. But if you're just an individual tinner, tinning out of 3,000 square feet, like I have all this dead space that's just going to waste right now. So I got to figure out how I want to make it work for me. So I hope at least that helped a little bit, but yeah, I totally get it. I mean, I just been tinning for 12 years now? 13? I don't know. I started in 2009. And I actually didn't want a shop, period. I just wanted to do videos. So, wanted to do the channel, wanted to do videos, wanted to just keep all that going. I never wanted to have a full shop. But I kind of had to, like, move into a full shop to continue to do the channel in some sort of a feasible way, because it's just a channel and a shop doesn't ever seem to fucking mix. What if they don't want you part-time? Yeah, that makes it tougher. It definitely makes it tougher. Start looking for another place to tint that would be okay with you going part-time? I don't know. Like, that's the cold, harsh reality of it. Because you're right. Like, where you're working now, you don't have a lot of negotiation with, because they're used to paying you a certain rate. You know, they see you on the daily, and this is just kind of how you are. But when you move to a different place that might be looking for somebody, well, now it's like they're looking for somebody, so you have some more negotiating terms. Like, yeah, these are the days that I'm available. I do really good work, blah, 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 blah. So what you might be looking at is to switch to somewhere else or a different type of business, build up that, and then eventually hop, skip, and jump to complete independence. Very good info, appreciate it. I work 40 hours a week and I'm paid hourly. Yeah, that's kind of, it gets tough. I've definitely been there. And what ended up working, like, so here's the thing too. I was tinting at my, where I got my roots is family. That made it extra tough for me. So you're getting paid what you're getting paid. And then it's just, there's things that I wanted to do that it just wasn't working with the business. So, and then I'm the main tinter, so when I leave, like, they don't have a main tinter anymore, and that's family. So then feel like I'm screwing over family. So eventually, it's like I grinded it out for a long time, and then my younger brother really started to kind of take over, fill his, some bigger shoes with just the general workflow. But it took a long time to get there. And then I signed on with the mobile shop, but I still kept on 2 days a week. And then before you know it, they were like, it's not that busy. You don't need to come in today. Well, then we reduced it to just Mondays. And then it was like, well, it's not that busy anymore. You could take this week off. And it's like, okay, well, I'm just going to leave entirely. And then they were on their own. So those transitions can take time. But yeah, there's always a creative solution to it all. I like trying to find, I honestly, I really like trying to find a shop that's flexible, that has the ability to pull in some work. And it always seems like there's those opportunities available, and they're not going to fill up your entire schedule every day of the week. So you can work on this shop on a couple days a week, this shop on a couple days a week. Finagle that around until you start building up your own clientele base too, so. Dang, dudes, we done. Cannon. We done, son? Oh, I don't have the big... Woof. Is this... Just watch the 24-inch balloon stream. Yeah, that one was fun. I'd have the balloon... Oh, this is doing all sorts of stuff. Balance mode, what's that? How do I go back? Oh, return. There we go. Oh! Oh, this thing is very hot. Exit. I was pushing buttons. Uh-oh. All right, we're losing things. Yeah, we've had, most people wait, so that's why we haven't had a balloon lately. I want to get that going or find something else in its absence. 2 super chats. Nick, what's going on, buddy? You're my favorite tinter to watch. You're neato. Thanks, man. You are too. Thanks for the 2. And Daniel Reyna with the 10. Master Kumusta Kuya. It's Filipino. I don't know how to respond to it in Filipino, but thank you. Salamat po. There you go. Can you show me the swivel that's on your sprayer? Yes, I could. Really quick. You know what, actually? Yeah, so this is a swivel sprayer. This is the brass sprayer. These are through Tint Keg. These hose setups are awesome, and I highly recommend the brass sprayer over any of the plastic ones. You would think that you might hit the car with it, still a possibility, but they're hefty, but you have so much water weight in the hose that it kind of balances out, and the swivel makes it really nice. So it's nice. I have Flexzilla, it's leaking. The Flexzillas are pretty much good for like a year. They're airlines, they actually aren't meant for water. There's, I guess, a difference there. And these ones, The Tint Keg owner, Rick, he recommends these over that. I don't remember what these are called, but they're on the site, so you can go ahead and check them out. They don't come in cool green, though, which hurts me a little bit. So, like, this is the difference here. I like the look of these way better. But, you know, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Alrighty. So, I guess at this point, we're going to shout out some super chats. I got to deliver this car, and then we'll be good for today. Yippee. Yippee. Yeah, actually, I got a bunch of stuff I got to do. I was going to say I can hang out for a little bit, but I actually don't even have time. I got other stuff I got to do. Jesus Christ. So, big shout out to Burns with a 20 Malibu. That was a good one to get kicked off. I got to talk to Burns, that's why. And do some orders and stuff. T-Jet with a 5. Lewis with another 5. Nick with a 2. And Daniel Reyna with a 10. Thank you, as always, to all you guys for super chatting. I greatly appreciate all the support. We'll have another stream coming up on... Today, Monday, Wednesday. We'll have it on Wednesday. We'll either do it around 9 or 12. I have 2 appointments then, so we'll do it right around there. All questions at this point, I'm sorry, I don't have time, but check out the Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/tinternet, VP:, oh God, I gotta do 2 slashes. You can ask me questions more on Wednesday. Love you all. Thank you so much for hanging out. Greatly appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.